So, as someone who has been through extreme medical issues and has been blindsided a lot in my life, I can relate to anyone who has had anxiety. I have had anxiety at different points in my life, and I have completely healed it and shifted it. And for me, it used to show up as a knot in my solar plexus, just like carrying around this knot and discomfort right in my solar plexus. It also shows up as spinning thoughts, feeling distracted, jittery, on edge. And anxiety is usually our brain chewing on a problem that has no solution or solves, and it will hold on to it like a dog with a bone until we present some solutions and some preparedness towards the problem. And anxiety can also be our intuition picking up on details that we have missed and asking us to look at this problem because our subconscious has recognized a pattern or recognized information that's very important, but our conscious mind hasn't clocked it. And so anxiety is actually a clever mechanism to get us to pay attention and get more prepared for our lives. Our brains don't like uncertainty, and we can actually give our brains exactly what they want to shift and remedy the state of chronic anxiety in our lives. We don't need to run from it, numb it, avoid it. If we can go straight into it, and not a lot of people are going to tell you this because our society is set up for disempowerment, but the most empowering thing you can do with your anxiety is to face it, handle it, and give your brain the comfort and the solutions that it's seeking. And a great way to do this, and this tool has revolutionized and transformed my life and my own anxiety and panic. And it is basically, as soon as you start to spin and feel that sense of anxiety, is to address it. I do it through a notes app in my phone. I literally just write down what is the most likely worst case scenario that is likely to happen in this situation, and what are some solutions for it. So, for example, a small example, you're leaving the house. What is the most likely worst case scenario? I'm going to forget my keys. I'm going to get wet in the rain. I'm going to be hungry. Okay, well, what are three solutions for those? I can ensure I have my keys. I can bring a raincoat. I can make a plan to get food on the way. This is obviously such a minor example, but once our brain has been given solves and solutions, it will drop the anxiety. So I have done this for losing my eyesight and gone through the worst case scenarios. I have done this for being extremely worried about my children's health and come up with the worst case scenarios and the solves and what I would do. And once you give your brain that preparedness and you feel prepared, resourced, and ready for whatever may unfold, the anxiety shifts and downgrades. And again, it takes repetition because you probably, if you have chronic anxiety, you probably have been operating in a way of catastrophizing and not actually coming up with solves and solutions and feeling internally resourced and externally resourced for whatever problem or uncertainty or worst case scenario that may arise. And when you repeatedly and consistently give your brain and your mind the solves to the worries it is having and get more and more and more prepared for whatever may go down in your life, the more the anxiety dissipates and melts away, and the problems in your life also start to downgrade and shift because you are now operating on a frequency of preparedness, of strength, and of ability to handle whatever is coming your way. And that is a very different energy to be in than running and feeling as though everything is going to spiral and get out of control. So taking our worries into our own hands and being our own hero in every situation. And you'll often find that the things that you're worrying about and the solves that you come up with actually make your life way better. And your anxiety becomes a tool to find actually better ways of living. And I certainly found this when I was going through the process of shifting the anxiety and fear and worry around losing my vision. I actually upgraded my life by going down that road and finding all the genius ways that I would operate if I had absolutely no sight. So it's, and then it shifts from being anxiety into, you get a little bit of a body sensation that you're worried about something, but it's nothing like the rampant anxiety that you used to experience. It becomes smaller and smaller, and you can clock it as soon as you get it. You realize what you're worried about, you come up with the solves and the solutions, and you start to engage in your life in a way that is much more empowering and strengths based than in a way that is running, hiding, avoiding, stressed, freaking out without ever actually addressing the root cause.